Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing, spectacular, wondrous Propagandacaster. I'm your host and Pearl Dane, the one, the only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland. Off here to a 1v1 on glorious Arnhem Checkpoint, the north of the SturmTigerGiap, fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps here with armoured assault tactics. Haven't seen that in a bit. With the T-35s, radio intercept, vehicle repair training, IL-2 Sturm attacks, and the IS-2 heavy tanks with triple infantry vessels south of this Finndeed. Forming up here for Germany, Deutschland, the Kampfgruppe Walter, with Osttruppen featuring, well, the Opimimus Osttruppen, or just, the Osttruppen, with entrenching tools, intelligence officer, supply drops, and railway support team with triple infantry. We got double Osttruppen forward to the Finndeed, double comps there for Giap. Heading westwards there, rapidly for the glory of Comrade Stalin, another consquad heading eastwards. Westwards bound, we got the east quarter there, interesting camping order in some bits there for Giap. As always, a big hearty thanks to my paid supporters, those champions and those heroes who keep in the business. You too can join the rank of plenty on Patreon. Al Basil, or you can, donate, links in the description. Basil certainly recommends you doing either of those, otherwise he's going to hurt me more, he says, the little shit. I mean, the little poop. Gotta stay safe for the children. Anyways, otherwise, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, otherwise, the Google algorithm, YouTube algorithm will politely cut off my legs. So anyways, off to the action here. We got triple loss coming forward through there. There's triple comps there. Heavy fighting here already threatening Giap's fuel point there as Finndeed needs the assault here with the Kampfgruppe Walter. Formed up with the Valkyrie Battalion. For those wondering what the Valkyrie was, it was basically, a reserve army for the defense of Germany, which, basically got heavily mobilized to act as replacement troops during the whole Operation Bagration. They were sort of roughly grenadier level, but they lacked a lot of the support weapons they were supposed to have. 4th consquad there for Giap. And of course, Battle here is having a nice time inside my fleece jacket. Perhaps a bit too good time considering he's attacking my hand from inside of it, the little bastard. Bit of a standoff here. Finndeed backing off, securing the eastern side. Though he's actually a bit behind Giap here. Good aggressive play there by Giap. Trying to, I think, very wisely sort of pick his fights with Finndeed wherever possible, instead of just trying to look out every fight, which is, I think, a mistake some sort of players do. The smart ones tend to be about, picking their fights and then, baiting their opponent into a situation where they hit back harder. Pioneers have further ahead there. So 4 conscripts triple lost from and double pioneers from Finndeed. Now that is interesting. He hasn't taken up yet either. Definitely a bit of an interesting opening there for Finndeed. Normally you'd maybe just go for 4th Austrian squad rather than double pioneers, but Finndeed clearly has something in mind. Taking up there as well. I imagine Giap will soon go for the field infirmary. Engineers pushing for the centre. No flamethrowers yet, I think, here for Giap, but he has some munitions. Partly because engineers aren't in friendly territory, they can't upgrade. Castle with the Osttruppen here. Osttruppen holding out in the ditch here with a bit of shrubbery to cover up the flank, making them look a bit more dashing. Pioneers holding out with the conscript, they're slowly bleeding out. Conscript eastwards going to go for that carve point, I think. Could be a very tempting move there. Ow, Basil. Got the hand a bit too close there. He savagely attacked it. He can be a bit of a naughty kitty like that. He's going to be pushed back with the Osttruppen and the Pioneers. I'm sure he's thinking he's having a great time. Aren't you, Basil? Continuing for the Osttruppen here in the east. Interesting enough, he's backing off rather than just go for them, since without cover, the Osttruppen really can't hit the broadside of a barn from the inside with a shotgun.
Our men are now fully equipped with entrenching tools.
Yeah. Ooh, even negative cover. That's really bad for the Osttruppen here. Machine gun holding up here. More engineers for Giap, so both sides going for double engineer pioneers. That's interesting there. That is interesting. Like to make a nice company effort from deep back in this base. More pioneers running back with flamethrowers on the way there. Flamethrowers up there. Might be they both realise they actually want aim more engineers just to grab more territory fast, but also so they can actually, upgrade for flamethrowers more aggressively and then still have easy access to mine strippers, since both sides are like going to be chucking mines at each other. Well, not chucking them at it, but technically the Teller mine was a very flexible mine, could also be used as a demolition charge, and actually accounts of German troops using the Teller mines effectively like, the South Chargers again, just chucking in front of a large scale assault and then sending it off, because it could be detonated as well with a ripcord, I believe. So fun fact there. Fun fact. Like to, or bunker up there for Finndeed. Like to make a nice company up. I'd probably go for 251, but Light is going to go for the 222. But I would like to see the 251 personally. I think it's overlooked. Back here, supporting company up there for Giap. Troops reinforcing healing. Basin having a jolly nice time. Ostman was with the Pioneer support. Isn't that right, Basin? Aren't you having a nice time? Yeah. Graham Eastern Point here. There we go. Like to punch a payback and there for Finndeed and for Germany. Machine holding up here. Punching up the calf point there. Back here, nothing further on there in Giap space. I'd expect a field gun probably in the near future. See once he gets the report of the 2-2 thanks to radio intercept. Very strong passive bonus to have, honestly. Like, you just get, like, you know, constant feedback when your opponent's doing in those senses. It can tell you where mines are going down, which is fairly good as well. Plus, of course, your opponent goes for a sniper, you know exactly that as well. So, just a very strong passive ability, which is one reason why Armoured Assault occasionally sees, you know, high rates of usage, because it has a lot of good strong late game elements, but also radio intercept just keeps you more, like, in the loop as to what your opponent is doing. Field gun away there for Giap, machine gun away there for Finndeed. Yeah, he never went for one, did he? That sounds it a bit. Double flamethrowers here, so that's why they both gone for double flamethrowers. Okay, apparently none of them are bottom with minesweepers. They're just all about that fire. They're all about that pyromania in Paraborea. Armored car, the rest of the conscripts. Got this 3 divisional field gun out there for Giap. So yeah, both sides definitely emphasizing some slightly cheaper, in a sense, assault troops with a bit more flexibility. That's definitely not super typical. I mean, double flamethrowers, it's not rare, but the Wehrmacht going for double flamethrowers at the same time the Reserve play is definitely a bit of a standout moment. A bit exciting too, though. Might be that Finndeed, of course, is using this to maybe escape on the Panzer Grenadiers. Possibility there. I still think Panzer Grenadiers are good, but double flamethrowers is pretty good too. I mean, make no mistake. And he's running, and then what's going to do for minesweeping? I mean, obviously that's where the Osttruppen come in. Hey, where did you put the minesweepers? Ah, say over there. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's totally not mines. I have very slippery fingers, mein Freund.
The bunker has been converted to an emergency medical station.
Machine out there, got a pack full for Finndeed. Obviously worried about Giap bringing up some armor vehicles of his own. Awesome as the conscript being played out. Sneak up in the car front, get played there by Giap. Units continuing a bit of ground here to Finndeed in the centre. He's still looking to disrupt Finndeed's fuel supply. That's good play there by Giap. Meanwhile, Finndeed's not really being able to do this much similar here to Giap. Flamethrower Pioneers should assist a bit with the work there. Make it harder here for Giap to hold up the defences. Good play there by Finndeed. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Pack 40 ready. Time to be taken up there for Giap. Of course, Giap is aware of the Pack 40. Sam X by the eastern field point. Punch around a bit on the flamethrower team there. Ostimus the conscripts. Of course, he could have just used a supply drop instead of going for a Pack 40 specifically. You know, putting down the Pack 40, down the machine gun, fuel munitions. Overall, I think a very solid package there. But solid, at least in my opinion. Field gun going for the northern victory or the eastern victory point there. Very good. Giap here maintaining some fairly good disruptive play there against Finndeed's resources. But Finndeed is not slacking off versus Giap either. Double flamethrower engaged versus one flamethrower Pioneer squad is definitely favorite there for Giap. East side armored car goes down to the field gun. Good play there. And the Osttruppen, not great versus the field gun, so that one's going to be easy to get away there. I mean, Giap would have to misplay the field gun severely for Finndeed to be able to like clear it out with his Osttruppen really badly. Like, you know, court-martialable offense badly. Like, legitimately the Russian army would in real life be able to like just court-martial Giap for that one. But I'm not even Russian. I do not care. You lost that to Osttruppen in a video game. You have dishonored the Soviet army greatly. But I thought you were the Russian Federation. In your dreams, my friend. In your dreams. Anyways. Nothing further going on there for Finndeed. Yeah, engineers being suppressed. T7 another for Giap. And certainly on a map like this, the T7 is very powerful. There's just a few places just east of Pack 4 to expect the T7 to maneuver through. So if Giap is smart, he can definitely make the T7 very difficult for Finndeed to stop early on. Now that said, there's also a chance that the Giap misplaces, in which case Finndeed just quickly crashes it like an insect beneath his jack boots.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Field on the west side. Troops on the out of Finndeed. Panzer there out as well for Finndeed, so he's got quite a few assault elements. 2 flamethrower pioneers and a panzer meter squad. That's not too shabby. I'm a bit surprised at the lack of minesweepers. I really should expect some from Giap though. At the same time, Giap has not really been mining at all, so I guess he's not getting punished for it. Which certainly stands out a bit as well. She's on the move here though for Giap and the Red Army. How will Finndeed respond to this Soviet assault of armour? Osttruppen and the Panther first, there we go. Pack 40 also gets a nice hit, T7 almost down. Field bombarding the enemy for a 2, then forced to respond with precision. 181 was 46, in this regard that Finndeed does have a nice lead over Giap in terms of victory points. Certainly not something that Giap can sleep on for too long, before that becomes a really big problem. Infantry moving towards the centre here as Finndeed tries to move things about a bit as well there. He wants to pursue the T-70 at the same time, tries to stay clear of course, exposed to the Pack 40 and losing it without being the T-70 would be a problem. Flamethrowers though, really powerful around the centre, and again, probably one of the reasons why they went for so many. Giap though following up with a mortar to help further soften up Finndeed's defences, maybe support some attacks. Not a bad idea at all. A well-handled mortar is a powerful tool in my opinion. A powerful tool. Awesome as the conscripts. And grabbed it. Flamethrowers versus flamethrowers. And you easily have the upper hand there due to having more health in numbers. Send secured. Osttruppen holding up here. So far Finndeed's got fairly good map control versus Giap. Let me see what Giap does next. I imagine take up. And I imagine Finndeed is already taking up indeed. Yes sir. Good push from a relatively fast medium army here versus Giap, which would be very dangerous for Giap to deal with. Very dangerous. Going for the Eastern Carve Point, grab the Eastern Victory Point. Carve Point lost again, denying Finndeed his fuel income. Very good there. Could buy Giap crucial moments there to prepare for an armoured assault. Mortar firing away there. Engineers forced back. We've got the T-7 moving in. Engineers laying down mines there. Good work by Giap. Thumbs up. The east side here constantly falling back here to another position. Backed up by more conscripts. Very good. And the west side, the T-7 strikes here. Managed to take them from Finndeed. Means there's no chance really. Oh, we do have the Pack 40. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon to the viewers. There are not really limits to, like, you know, how much it can help there. When there's so many shot blockers in the way there. Bunking off in the conscripts. Hoping that. Oh, Finndeed's not. Giap's not paying attention. He does get a full wipe there. That's a great throw there by Finndeed. Thumbs up. Giap the quick to replace losses. Thumbs up to that at least.
Territory is out of contact.
Plenty in trouble with the T-70. Need to be able to get wiped out. He's clearly looking to spot the Pack 40. Maybe hope to land a killing blow there. Losing the fuel point. Definitely a slight response there by Finndeed in the east. Even as he's not failing to cut off his opponent's fuel point there. Great work by Giap. Great work. Thumbs up.
Supply lines have been cut.
Osttruppen backing off here, back at the base, nothing further going there for Finndeed. No sign of any support call yet. Could theoretically rush at Stug, like going to go for a pen before, bunker it there. Dodged. Don't pioneer squad, they've been hit by the T-70. Fair chance of wipe here for Giap, which is going to be great for Finndeed. Pioneers rushing back. Pioneers other squad moving eastwards. Plenty of manpower fight there with Finndeed. Could consider an officer. Maybe more punts are going to deal up. Fuel caches could also be an idea here, to be honest. Got me. While he's pushing it for the mechanist on my company, getting his tech going up first. Thumbs up. course, Finndeed just needs to get his pommel going. He can always start pushing out something faster than Giap there. That said, he does need to, like, you know, get to doing it, which is the big thing. Troops moving up. And there we go. Maxim on the way there for Giap. Zapromic on the way there for Finndeed. Then from the constant, more firing down there as well. Osttruppen flanking them, Maxim halfway done. Mortar with the 2 kills, Retinue 1. Pioneers getting blasted. Pack holding back, Pioneers moving forward, going out the constant, Maxim almost done there for Giap. And there we go, Maxim machine gun team ready there for Giap. Adding another chance to the Finndeed, who is still strong with the fuel points. But there you go, Panzer Squad mean they can clear out those Bolshevik bastards and send them running. There we go. Sentinel being lost west side, we've got Osttruppen as the conscripts. They easily walked up, and now the Osttruppen are in some deep trouble there. Land control wise, now things are swinging much more effective in the favour of Finndeed. He can very, very soon go for the Panzer IV, though he still would benefit from other officers and Panzer from these more, or get fuel cash. I definitely feel like they're floating 700 manpower at the current stage of the game is a bit risky, but there you go. Panzer IV can now be called in here by Finndeed. He just needs to press the button. There we go. Panzer Kampfwagen 4 on the way here for the Kampfgruppe Walter. And he does go for the supply drop now. That's an interesting timing for it. Like, he could have let out sooner, in which case he could have the Panzer IV out sooner. So, bit of a strange timing for this, to be honest. I mean, not wildly sooner, but even like, you know, half a minute to a minute sooner would be, you know, beneficial for Finndeed. So, bit of a strange timing for this. Bit of a strange timing. In my opinion. That's that. Maxim flying inside the restaurant. Pioneers held back here by the victory point. Suppressed, can't move farther. Eastwards, Panzer's going to point there. Panzer IV's almost done. There we go. Panzer IV ready. We'll have to see if Giap responds. I'd expect T-35. It could, of course, be a bit bananas to try and stall for the IS-2. Going for another field gun here. Does, I feel, indicate an IS-2 stall might be on the horizon. So some players, well, most players, when they try and stall for the big tank, they will typically go for 2 entertainment. If it asserts the 2 field gun because it's very powerful, they will usually go for that. Admittedly, as a third player, they may go for it anyways because just 2 system field guns is amazing. Awesome squad are up there. Command lost their 2 Finndeed and the German army. Some termites there, very good. Thumbs up. But Finndeed, in terms of map control, remains in the top position as Giap is looking very solid, very fortified, dug in and ready to smash fascists. So there you go, second Sys 3 divisional field gun out there for SturmTigerGiap. Comes from out there by the calf point and Maxim flying away there. No artillery for Finndeed. There's lots of flamethrowers and determination. Bit of burning, a bit of murdering. Panther rushing forwards. Maxim forced out there through the back door as the situation gets a bit heated there. Mine by the sound of it went off there, apparently not. Maybe that's just that piece of ambient cover that exploded. Mine goes off here now in the Osttruppen causing the casualties there. And Pioneer squad flanking up here. Support ones that are well protected on the Maxim and the T-center making it harder for the Pioneers to move in. Of course, Finndeed is not aware of that, I think, yet. Panther forces sending here, so we'll find the cover soon crumbling in the face of the German Panzerwaffe plus the Panzer 40, to be honest. Mine goes off and the squad gets exterminated. Bit of blow there to Giap, small win there for Finndeed. This is beginning control the map. They got 367 to 334. Very good work there. Panzers are getting ready to 7 kills to their name. Michigan then getting hammered by a lot of firepower here from Giap side of the map. Still has a lot of mines here. Panzer almost wiped out there by the mine. Really good mining with Giap. Thumbs up to that one. Giap does go for the T-30-35, no stall for him. Meanwhile, Finndeed is going for Tier 4. Not a big fan of that one. Also worth noting, he's not bothered with the second pack 40. Don't know why. But there we are. But yeah, I think
are losing a sector.
Tier 4 here's a bit of a mistake by Finndeed with just one tank. I mean, I'm generally not a fan of Tier 4, but trying to rush for it when unless you're like really frightened, even then, like, you're just better off going for more stuff from Tier 3, so not a huge fan of that. Get a mine in the west of the Osttruppen, again they're doing the part, they're going for a third Pioneer squad. Likely minesweepers here for Finndeed. I mean, he theoretically could go for like third flamethrower Pioneer squad, but that one would be a bit surprising if he did that. That one would be a bit surprising.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Machine gun well down here.
Pioneers ready for assignment. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Got the Panzer on the move here for Finndeed. Shot fired, 2 cops was dead. Remaining 4 routed. T-35 will push back. Sandbags up. Punch up on the sun side. Pioneers thinking about. Bit of quiet here between the two sides. T-35 is ready. There's going to be a problem there for Finndeed. But of course, it does depend a bit on how Giap makes use of it. So we got conflict against the Pioneers then the east side. We got a small advance here. Panzer pushing out a grenade and conflict quickly falling back there. Well timed Bougar there. And we get a flame on taking out one of the Panzers. Good there by Giap. Very good. T-5 rushing in as well there. West side still advance here by Finndeed. Even as Salt and East is going to go down on him. That's what there. Direct hit as Ludwig gains blow to bits for retreat here. Leaving the eastern calf pawn now exposed to the possible push here by Giap though. Worth noting, he does not have a lot of infantry to push up with in these sides, so perhaps not quite as impressive a threat to Finndeed as it could have been. That said, we could slowly building towards the victory. Pawn needed for Giap, they're still very close, and it's still mildly favored by Finndeed, but that is seemingly closing out there. T-7 flying away there, Pioneers being shot to bits, and these side get the Osttruppen as the conscripts.
Taking our territory.
Bit of skirmishing there. Pioneers down to 2 men. And yeah, 3 Pioneers squad. He does mean he can also repair his armor really fast, which is something pretty good. The less time your tank has to spend like doing nothing, the better, typically, in my opinion. Very good there for Finndeed. Very good. Let's go again. It's him trying to go for T4 here. This could certainly further embolden Giap maybe towards pushing for an IS-2 now. With like Finndeed is starting to like punishing with more medium armor, while you know it would still be tough to just stall for the IS-2. Mine's got on the west side. More mining from Finndeed. Thumbs up. Oh, spotted here. That's looking bad here. Need to get the Pioneers out. Then camp on mine. Good use of spawning going by the T-70 there. Also, in this case, basically gives away the position of the mines to Giap. T-5 at the center side here. Got white there. Took out the Panther, which plus is lost in the Osttruppen squad. Pretty bad. Then more mines go off. Just so many mines, so many explosions, so many losses for Finndeed. Calling a very little artillery on the position. Does Giap pull back there? Yes, indeed. Go, massive blast. Meanwhile, the tree right next to it is completely fine. And a single bit of swaying, a single leaf being blown off. East side machinery up there. Sending an advance here by Finndeed as well, but he's shot infantry. Needs to start replacing losses. He's pulling the heavy Panzer Corps. Guessing a Sturmpanzer here would be the common choice for most of our players. It would be the common choice. Mines in the west here from Giap. And it's starting to get the feeling like Giap might be trying to stall out for the IS-2 now. The fuel wise is not looking too great there. And he may want to get a fuel cache out for that. Sorry about that hiccup. East side concentrate the machine gun, and the center got Osttruppen up there. Light machine guns for Finndeed troops. He does go for a Panzerwerfer. Probably due to concern with the field guns moves of infantry, but Panzerwerfer is always a bit of a hit and miss for me, in my opinion, when watching matches. So not a fan of that one, not a fan. Coming from the eastern side. Panzer IV moving about here for Finndeed, for freedom and democracy. Counter-smacking out a direct hit from the Panzer IV. Kind of a direct hit, and by direct hit I mean direct miss, because I'm talking nonsense it seems. Chief moving in there, Martin down in there, goes straight into double pack forwards here. Giap Seaford far there, he's in dire straits, going to get hammered here by the German pack front here, and almost knocked out there already. Oh, hits the Telemann, they done minutes ago here, or some time ago there by Finndeed. Thumbs up to that one. Sneaky blow there to Giap. Did not expect that one. It definitely gives, I think, Finndeed a bit of a hands up now there in terms of armour, though still would be a bad idea to stall for anything big. But it's clearly what Finndeed wants to do. He's run by the Panzer IV. He's moving up there. And routed. Panzer flying away there. Up here at Giap positions. Quite a bit of manpower being floated. Constantly almost annihilating. Near certainly taking some punishing blows as well. But overall, no wipes here against Giap by Finndeed's Panzerwerfer. Got 5 kills there. Maxim flying away from the ground floor of the restaurant.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Down the car point back. The situation in terms of fuel is definitely not looking good for Finndeed. It's only going to make it easy now for Giap to just push for an IS-2 heavy tank. In particular, where to put at least a fuel cache here, as he's got quite a bit of manpower floating about. Not seemingly not doing anything with it, in which case fuel cache would be a very strong tool there to assist a fast IS-2. Using as the Osttruppen, blasting them to bits. Tiny bits. But I'm guessing at this point Giap doesn't really care. Doesn't consider it relevant or necessary. Or isn't even considering it, obviously. Comes to the round of Pioneers. Giap's looking to get a few points, still a very strong position to heavy versus Finndeed. No idea what Finndeed is planning versus Giap, but he will look into it soon. Packs there, catching the T-Sen, almost got it. And got it. Another blow there to Giap, who's actually flooding a ton of manpower at the moment. It's definitely starting to get a bit concerning. Even Vassals thinks that. Bit concerning. Panzer drop again here. Machine gun cleared out there. Building collapsed. Another single blow to Giap. A lot of setbacks all of a sudden in a short amount of time here as Finndeed and the German army strikes. His only good bit of luck now is that getting Finndeed stalling for something big. Rather than just push for a lot of tanks. Constantly in by the eastern field point, around the western field point instead. Yeah, they're starting to float way more manpower I'm comfortable with. Yeah, you know he's stalling for the IS-2 again, like a fuel cache could assist in a more speedy, heavy tank forum. Plus allow him to get out more tanks afterwards to support the IS-2s. There's like, numerous reasons and benefits to it. Ground the center, we got 253 versus 297. Giap's on the lead here versus Finndeed. Mortar spotted right here under vicious and ruthless fire here from Finndeed's forces. Using a fire here from the and we got a mine hit there off from the Osttruppen. And there we go at the 29-meter mark. Giap calls in the IS-2 heavy tank. And by that, I think they pick him up the finger as well. In fact, it was only really the IS-2 and I think some other heavy assault armor like the IS-152 that actually saw pinlight machine guns before that, so they didn't bother with pinlight machine guns. It's only like by the Cold War, I think, with the T-50, 455, that pinlight machine guns became commonplace on tanks in general in the Soviet army. So fun fact there. Fun fact. We got the conquest of the Pioneers, so I'm just going to go up in Finndeed's Pioneers. Could certainly have them a bit there, since those are ace Pioneers with a flamethrower. 100 barrage off, the IS-2 forwards. No machine gun there for it. Support crews here, and Concord annihilated. That was a punching blow. 21 kills. It went from like 10 to 11. That's just 11. And wow, that was a hell of a barrage there from Finndeed. Hell of a barrage. Typically don't see barrages that good, but Finndeed clearly nailed that one somehow. Almost. Oh, he got the machine gun. Panther on the weather for Finndeed in response to the IS-2 heavy tank. Panzerkampfwagen 5. Panther moving forwards, boldly on its own here against the IS-2. Neither side managing any damage in the others. The Panther 4 bouncing, the IS-2 misses. Pack moving forwards, Contra all the way on the flank. He could threaten the Pack 40s, forcing Finndeed to fall back with them. Panther halfway down there for Finndeed and Fatherland. He's going to take up the Panther 4 here. But they do narrowly manage to escape here. The South Osttruppen moving forward. Finndeed still failed on infantry. This is Giap with 2 counter forwards. Giap, of course, could do more infantry himself. So he has a manpower spare to go for it. Strength attack forward to the IS-2. One pack's has been cleared out. Pretty good there for Giap. Still backs off there. And Panther's right about ready there for Finndeed. And of course, Giap immediately knows. That's ready to intercept. There we go. Panther on the way. Awesome fun with the conscripts. No machine on the way. Air support inbound for Giap to further stop Finndeed here. Great hit from the field into the Panther. Another shot went through. These are the conscripts of pioneers and the pioneers marching about. Panther for rushing forward here for Finndeed. Panther in the squad there for Finndeed. Good work adding some Panthers. I do feel like a bit late there. Giap can still do a lot more infantry though. Not a lot, at least more infantry scores. Like one more could do good for him. And otherwise, fuel cache would still be a great idea for Finndeed to invest into. It'd be great for Giap there to just again assist him with more tanks to back up his IS-2 heavy tank here. Panther being fixed up. So we've got the 2 pack force line, including an ace pack crew. Definitely dangerous there for the IS-2 with the high rate of fire, high penetration. Tossing target weak point, and those 2 pack forces then could actually put itself through the IS-2 if Giap isn't careful. You got 238 versus 258. Mines on the cuff, close to the cuff on there. And then gaps on the points in the far west there. Mr. Giap. Max fire of the Osttruppen, IS-2 in the air. Straight from the Panther on the IS-2. There you go, packs opening up there. No target weak point yet. There's still a lot of damage done to the IS-2 in a matter of moments. Less than half health. Panther barrage going off here. Maxim terrifiedly trying to escape there. Most of the crew escapes. Well, 2 escape, the rest of the crew does not. The only place they're escaping to is hell. Mine police and victory upon there. Giap managed to be cleared out. Giap is really floating a lot of manpower. Not too big of a fan of that. 233, 256. Panther falling back here, close to the 2-2 there, in the face of Giap's infantry attack. Panther flying away there. IS-2 being fixed up. And a T-35 for Giap, very good. For him, less good for Finndeed. May want to go for some Stooks to back up his stuff here. I think that'd be a very good investment. Or at least some more infantry, in particular more Panthers right now. I think would be great here for Finndeed. Hit the car point, then could flank around here. The Panthers behind the country. We've got mine. Oh, that's actually his own telemine. Apparently, Giap hasn't dealt with that, which is a bit interesting. Like, it was straight under his nose, but apparently he missed that. Hey, Dimitri! The fascists! They're burying something! Clearly it's mines! Yeah, they're burying treasure! Don't tell anyone else, we'll come get it after the war! Are you stupid? Treasure? In the middle of a battle? Yes, that's why no one expected it. It's genius! And I'll get all of the gold! I mean, we'll get all of the gold! I see they're falling back. He's trying to get the Panther Demon in the near squad. They defend the fuel point there from socialist invaders.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Great in the Panther 4. One shot went through, the other not so much through. These was the Pioneers, almost getting them wiped out there, but then they do survive. They do survive. Panther from through the center here. Not a lot of damage done with it so far. Finndeed's on the hunt with this Panzerkampfwagen front. They're about to get flanked with the T-35. Direct hit there, punching straight through the main side armor there. Pack forward in front. Getting the arse right in front of them. Bit dangerous there for Giap's eyes. Dude's about to get knocked out. He's not moving out the eyes. Panther have something forward. Why is he using it as bait? I was misclick. Oh, Finndeed just lost his Panzerwerfer. And the driver got wrong directions. Panther's going here forward, taking opportunity and slightly taking out the R2. There we go. Stinging blow to Giap. That was definitely not worth it. A Panther for a IS-2 is pretty bad trade-off for Giap. That's amazing for Finndeed, though I don't think that was intentional. Lots of Panther guns now here for Finndeed. They start an infantry, not bad. Giap, meanwhile, is in a bit of a tricky position. They've still got the field guns. Of course, 2 Panther in the squads can quickly clear them out. You got 220 versus 238. Air support, artillery support called in here against the position of the west. Giap quick to fall back with his troops before they get absolutely blown out of orbit. And full flanking the T-35, they need to be a bit careful though. Great hit there. Counter-rushing forward, roaring, shot bounced. First Panther squad here ready for Finndeed, second on the way. Panther on the move here. Need to also be careful with the Panther, one mistake is just getting a bit costly there for Finndeed. Great hit from the field gun, we got 2 field in fact lined up. Panther doing the conscripts. Damaging the Panther 4, Panther down to half health, Panther 4 less than that. Back in Finndeed's base, all peaceful and quiet for now. T-35 rushing here for Giap. Panther 4 there, 22 kills. Might going to go down now here. Giap flooding a lot of manpower again. Not a huge fan of this again. It still feel like a fuel cast early on would have been a great investment for Giap because at this point we've probably used that, I think, reasons for at least one more T-35, at least 2, maybe 2. That one's a bit of trouble here. Leaving the super, there you go. Panther rushing straight 14 toward the field. Just be careful here. Down to less than half health. One more shot, and that Panther, I think, is toast. Almost got the T-35 there, but there's a good chance the Panther just gets knocked out here. Yup. And the Panther's out. A stinging blow there to Finndeed. And he didn't get the T-35, meaning if Giap goes for another one, I mean, Finndeed's Panther 4 is going to be outnumbered. Like, even if he goes for a T-34 6, that's still going to be more than the Panther 4 can handle. Alongside the T-35 it is. He lost a pack as well, and that was his 8th pack, so that's a really bad development there for Finndeed. Really bad one. And there you go, lost the Panther 4. And he's also apparently lost the Panzer Grenadier squad, one of them. Those are some huge stinging blows to Finndeed and some great wins for Giap, though. And this time while still flooding manpower. Not great there for Finndeed, not great. Playing out one of the field guns, that's a small win there for Finndeed. If he can get up both, that would be certainly very helpful. Though he still needs to crew them then. Probably using Osttruppen. And needs to stabilize the situation. Got 218 to 214, very close in terms of victory points. Almost got the second one. We got the assist lead. The T-35 coming to assist here. More Osttruppen for Finndeed. Really, I think she's just calling some stooks here though. Bringing the field and headers of Osttruppen, very nice. Machine gun, pack folding head here. Still no clue as to what Giap is planning with that much manpower floating about there.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Osttruppen about to go up in the years. Throwing the field gun up here, and Giap wiped his one of his Osttruppen squads there. Not great for Finndeed. The situation is getting fairly dangerous. Field gun in trouble as he's trying to hold it away here. Osttruppen trying to support, but that car bonus, they're not going to be really able to assist much except with a lot of machine gun.
We have 200 5 points remaining.
Looks like he's still got the field gun to safety. That's fairly lucky there for Finndeed. At least for now it looks like it. Yeah, floating a ton. I think at this point he might be playing another T-Fed 35. But even then he could still call in more infantry or something else while he's floating 1200, almost 1300 manpower. Definitely feels a bit excessive there by Giap. A bit excessive. Even Basil thinks he's a bit excessive there. Mines down there by the eastern victory point. So yeah, Giap now control the map here, and certainly again with a massive, just latent resource advantage. He just needs like utilising something, but so far isn't. Got another field on the way. They're finally spending all of that manpower. We got 176 for 214. Picks up the T-35. And another T-35 on the way there for Giap, plus assist fleet, plus could still go for more infantry. Meanwhile, back in Finndeed's base, we've got a lot of fuel, some manpower, a tiny bit of munitions, but no clearly what he's going with it. S-mines for the western victory point, we got 172 with 214. Awesome on top of the flamethrower engineers, mines engineers, in theory also probably more important than machine gun is a problem. Got pioneers laying down mines here, not bad, but probably won't do that when it's less infested. So is T-Fed from westwards here. T-Fed round number 2 almost up with Giap. Tank through the minefield there and fighting to run out the pioneers, plus designate the mines right next to them, which would definitely be bad news for these pioneers. I'm guessing he's setting up for a Panther number 2 here, Finndeed. It's a telemine. There you go, second Panther for Finndeed. No, cancels it for Panther 4. That seems a bit curious. I'm not sure why I prefer Panther 4 with T or Panther here. Maybe he just wants more Panther 4s out, in which case they should have gone for it sooner. So, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with Finndeed. Perhaps it's stress, perhaps it's shock, perhaps it's hypothermia. I don't know. Probably not the last one. T-Fed rushing about, they're clearing up the entertainment crews there, Panther moving in, Basil sounds to attacking my right hand all of a sudden. Panther doing what they can, but they are something overwhelmed here by Giap, sheer numbers and firepower. Force difference is also getting rather significantly noticeable. Pioneers of the conscripts. Finndeed's got 1 Panther 4 left now versus 2 T-35s. I wonder what Finndeed is exactly planning here. Going for another Panther 4? So it seems like Finndeed is hoping he can build up a sufficient mass of tanks to maybe turn the game around. Like, not an impossible line here. Not impossible, but certainly quite tough with the current state of affairs, and until the a limited infantry force as well here to support the armour. I mean, it's going to still be tough, like, you know, the Panther, but, like, you know, a bunch of students probably would be certainly better with all the T-35s. Then get some Panther abilities, maybe the opposite. I think you could have a shot there. Stand up in the machine gun there either. But please not sink the teeth into my hand, Basil. Thank you.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Second Panther already there for Finndeed. Mines up for Giap. Mortar firing down, getting these through the pioneers, Pack 4 left behind. Under fire, so 2 tanks race forward, Panther are being decimated. Force retreat. Got something crushed there. Pretty bad news for Finndeed. Well, additionally bad news, really. At this point, it's just a ticker-tape parade of bad news for Finndeed. Handball can do with 2 T-35s. And It's definitely not a great match for the Panther Force. And now the team running to commit to it fully. We've got 110 versus 211. 106 versus 211. Ostrem on the west side. Could push on the victory point there. East Panther Force engaging. Again, Pack 14 to support. Lots of troops being forced here for Giap, looking to just swarm the units here, which are not in a great position for Finndeed, to be honest. There you go. Pack 4 being decimated. Panther 4 down. And with this, as you're chasing for Giap, yeah, it's now pretty much won. Pack is down. There's just one Panther 4 left here for Finndeed. Main gun is out on that. I think it's safe to see Finndeed is still in the water here. GG, game over. A loss for Finndeed, a victory for Giap. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, don't channel news. The simple links and cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.